Okay, hey everyone. My name is Michelle Barnett, and I'm so excited to welcome you to our team call in our Business Bootcamp Week 5 call. So whether you are brand new and this is your first team call, or you've been tracking along with us for the last few weeks, we are glad that you're here. I am a National Marketing Director with Juice Plus. I've been with the company for almost 10 years, which blows my mind. And it really is a joy for me to partner with you guys and to be able to share some of the knowledge and wisdom I've gained over the last 10 years, helping people by inspiring healthy living around the world. So tonight's topic for our call is a really important one, and it's something that you can learn. It's something that takes practice, and something that you can get really good at, and that's a really encouraging thing. And that topic is professional follow-up. How do we, as business professionals, business owners, network marketers, whatever you want to call it, how do we follow up well? And I'll tell you, when I'm working with other businesses, maybe it's the bar studio I go to, maybe it's something I bought otherwise, and I get a follow-up message or a follow-up note, or they do, good follow-up with me, I'm so much more likely to support that business and purchase from them again, or, something like that, if they've done good follow-up. So I know that it's really important for me, and I know it's going to be really important for your future customers and your future teammates. So first, I'm going to bust a few myths about follow-up that you guys may be thinking, or you may have heard, or you might feel. So the first is that follow-up is annoying. Have you ever heard, I don't want to be annoying. I don't want to be, a person that's, bothering people by following up with them. Well, the truth is that following up is professional. It's kind of like you miss 100% of the shots you don't take. If you're not following up with people, you are doing legwork for your business, and you're just going to be going around in circles. You're not ever going to have the follow through of being able to bring them on board as your customer, as your teammate, and get that emotional reward or that financial reward from adding them to your team and helping them with their health. So follow-up is not annoying, as some people may think, but it is professional. The second myth is that following up one time is enough. I know whenever people get started in our business, they'll say to me, Michelle, I did my follow-up. I followed up with her. And then they think that that's the end of the story. But what I've learned is over time, the truth is most people buy or join your team or purchase after the third, fourth, or fifth follow-up, okay? It's not just a one-shot wonder. You will have some people who are really close to you or you have great rapport with, and yeah, they might order the first time you follow up. But in general, it's going to take multiple checkpoints. It's going to take multiple times of connecting with them and getting them information and asking questions to get them across that finish line. The third myth is that getting no means they'll never order. So have you guys thought oh, they said no, I'm just going to write them off my list. I'm not going to talk to them anymore. But that's just not true. The truth is that no means not yet. Okay. No means not yet. And I've seen this happen so many times in my business. I had one of my best high school friends. I talked to her about Juice Plus on and off for 7 years. And every time she said no, she would reach out to me on Facebook about a nutrition program I was offering. And then whenever I shared Juice Plus was part of it, she'd be like, okay, no thanks. And then I reached out to her when she was pregnant about nutrition for her pregnancy with Juice Plus, and she was like, no thanks. Well, fast forward 7 years, I had been kind of staying in touch with her on social media, connecting with her periodically, and she called me out of the blue one day, and I freaked out when I saw her calling me. I'm like, why is she calling me? We don't talk on the phone. And she called and she wanted to order the Juice Plus for herself and for her husband and for her kids and do the Shred program. And she signed up over the phone that day. So, that was a 7-year process. And, just the other day with Lindsay on our call right here, she has a girl who I guess I don't know how we became Facebook friends. It must have been through like one of our Plant Strong community or Shred or something. But I became Facebook friends with one of Lindsay's friends, and she had told Lindsay no, right, Lindsay? She told you that she wasn't interested, or in your words, what would you say? What'd she say?
Yeah, she just said they didn't believe in taking any type of supplements, period, for anything.
Yeah.
Ever.
Yeah. So that seems like a really hard no, right? I mean, it seems like a hard no. And so Lindsay hadn't gone back around to her yet, but she commented on my post about wanting to do the shred. And so now we're in a 3-way message, and we're talking to her about the shred, and we're getting more information. So you just never know. People are weird. That's the only way I can explain it. People are weird, and timing is everything, and knowledge is power, and you just got to drip on people. So those are a few. Oh, go ahead.
I just want to say too, because I started talking to her back in, like November or something. And just a couple of months ago, she had told me that she really wants to do Juice Plus when she goes back to work now. So it started to shift from never taking anything to, well, when she goes back to work, and to now it's, oh, tell me more about the shred. So it's just continuing on, little bit by little bit of her being more interested in everything.
Yeah. So it's pretty cool. It's really cool whenever you see it yourself and you see it with your teammates. So I just want to encourage you guys that no means not yet. And we're going to get no's. That's just the reality. Not everyone is going to, buy the car that they look at the lot. They're just not. And that's okay. So I'm going to talk about 3 different areas of follow-up. Number 1 is going to be follow-up for messages, people you're messaging on instant messenger or texting with. I'm going to talk about follow-up for events, and I'm going to talk about follow-up for when you give samples out to people, and just kind of talk you through what I do and kind of best practices. So messages. This is when you're messaging video or information, or you're connecting with someone online or via text about Juice Plus or the shred or business. So number 1, if they ask for information, the first thing you're going to do is you're going to find out what their goals are or what their challenges are. So when someone asks me for information about Juice Plus, I might go back to them and say, hey, I'm so excited to share more with you about Juice Plus. It's been amazing for my family's health. I can't wait to share more of what it's done for me. But I'm curious, are you looking to start it for a specific reason, or are you wanting to just get more nutrition into your kids? So I kind of I really want to find out before I give them information why they're reaching out to me. And I do the same thing with the shred. If someone asks me about the shred, I'll say, hey, I'd love to tell you more about the shred. It's been so great for me postpartum. And then I'll say, do you have some specific health goals you're working on right now? And so that's just a way for me to know more about them, so I know what information to tailor to them. And then when they give me their response, like it's weight loss, or their kid is a picky eater now and they're worried, then I try to connect with what they share. And I say, yeah, so many moms get their kids on Juice Plus for that reason, because they feel peace of mind bridging the gaps. Or so many women are looking to not only lose weight, but get healthier and have weight loss be a byproduct. And that's really what our program does. And so I connect with them and I resonate with what they say. So that's step 2. Step 1 is find out their goals or their pain. Step 2 is connect with what they share. And step 3 is offer a few details and a video for more information. So I might be like, hey, we have a couple options for kids who are picky eaters. We have the gummies. We also have capsules you can open up into their applesauce or something. But I have a quick video that really gives you a better understanding of what it is. And if I send it over, it's only 4 minutes. Do you have time to watch it today? So I'm telling her a little bit about the product, and then I'm telling her I'm going to send her a video that's 4 minutes long, because we're all busy, right? So if it's 4 minutes, you can be like, okay, I can watch this 4 minutes. And then I ask if she'd be able to watch it today, or I might say, would you be able to watch it this weekend? Or it kind of depends on the person and the time that I send it and whatnot. And so the third step is really just offering the details and asking, if they have time to watch a video, and kind of putting that parameter around it of today or tonight or this weekend. And then your next step is just schedule time to check back in on their thoughts. Be like, I would love to know what you thought about that video and how, if it sounds like it could be a good fit for your kids, right? And I'd love your feedback on, how Juice Plus is made. I know you're really into science, or, you're just you're asking one question. And when you're doing follow-up, the really important thing is only ask one question and ask the question at the very end. You don't want to ask a question and then put another sentence. It can't be sandwiched in. It needs to be at the end, and it needs to be one question, because you're more likely to get a response that way. So let's say you reach out to them. So maybe this is a cold prospect or someone you're brand new and you want to tell your best friend about it. You're going to, number one, you're going to tell them why you thought of them. And then you're going to tell them a little bit about your story. So you might be like, hey, Susie, I wanted to reach out. I've been thinking about you because I know you're so health conscious, or I know you've been trying to eat vegan, or I know you told me at school the other day that your kid is hating all vegetables right now. So you're finding that common, that why you thought of them, and you're putting that there first. And then you're saying, I thought of you because of that. And I want to share something that has helped me with X, or something that I'm using to bridge the gaps or to get more veggies in. So you're going to share a little bit about your story that kind of would relate to why you thought of them. And then you're going to ask if they're open to learning more, or if you can share more. So you're going to say, hey, I really want to help as many moms as I can with, getting their kids more nutrition. Can I share a quick 4-minute video with you? Or would you be open to watching a 4-minute video about what's helping our family? So those are ways that you can ask the question. And then you might also say, I think you told them why you thought of them, you share your story, and you might just say, I have something that's really helping me, and I think you might get excited about it too. Then you ask, can I share more, or would you watch a video? So if they say yes, then you're going to go back up to step 3 above, and you're going to offer a few details. You're going to send the video and ask if they can watch it today or tonight or this weekend or tomorrow, So that's kind of my protocol for messaging. And a little bit later, I'm going to talk you through what it looks like if someone doesn't respond to you, and we'll kind of go through that. So the next is events. Events can be online or in person. We do both because we know we can reach different people with different venues. So when you're inviting to events and you're doing follow-up, the first step is going to be invite them with a heads up message and a link. So you're going to say, hey, I wanted to give you a heads up that I'm hosting an info session about the Shred program. I thought you'd be interested because of X, or I know you've been on a health journey and I wanted to share more with you. Here's a link to the event. I wanted to let you know that I invited you. So you're giving them a heads up and you're sharing the link. And then the day before the event starts, you're going to remind them, and you're going to be excited. You're going to say, oh my gosh, I can't wait for this event that's happening tomorrow. I just want to remind you that you are invited. I would love for you to check it out. Are you able to pop in and out tomorrow as we share information? Or are you able to, if you click going, you're going to be able to see all the great information. Are you able to check it out? So you're just kind of reminding them. And then the day of, you're going to send a message to all the maybes and the yeses, the people who have RSVP'd maybe or yes, and just say, hey, we're so excited, the event's starting today. Remember to, check in and participate, because we're going to give some fun prizes away at the end or something like that. And then during the party, you're going to tag them, the people that said yes, that they're coming. You might find someone that really loves research, and you're going to tag them on the research video, or someone that you invited has allergies. You're going to tag them in the post about allergies or autoimmune. So you might tag them on a couple of the different posts so that they for sure see the ones that are applicable to them. And then you're going to follow up that night or the next day within 24 hours. And I'm going to share, we have a Facebook party script, and I'm going to share with you guys the follow-up that I have been recommending. Let's see here, let me share my screen. Okay. Here we go. So, can you see this? So on a Facebook party, you're going to follow up and you're going to put your upline in the chat if they hosted the party for you. So it's going to be a three-way message for your follow-up. And you're going to say, this is just an example. You can make it shorter if you want, but you're going to say, hey, Danielle, thanks for joining my Juice Plus Healthy Living party and participating. I hope you enjoyed all the info. I love sharing Juice Plus with my family and friends because it's such a simple way to get more vital nutrition we need to live our healthiest lives. I have my friend Michelle on here so she can help me answer questions. And then you can insert something personal, like, you know, are you open to learning more to help with, you know, your allergies? Or you can say, do you see how Juice Plus could benefit your family in getting in more fruits and veggies? So that's someone who participated. Then we have for someone who said they're going but did not participate. Again, you put your upline sponsor and you say, hey, I saw you RSVP'd to my Facebook party Tuesday. It was awesome. And you just say, were you able to see any of the posts? Because they didn't participate. They didn't like our comments. So you're not sure if they saw the post. And then someone that you invite, if they didn't RSVP or participate, you're going to say, hey, Susie, maybe something personal like, oh, I love that picture you posted of your daughter today. I have no idea if you saw, but I invited you to this Healthy Living Facebook party on Tuesday. I invited you because that's something personal, why you thought of them. Juice Plus makes so much sense to me, gives me peace of mind as a mama that I'm getting everything I need on a daily basis so I can take the best care of my family. I feel like it'd be as impactful for you too. Would you be open to learning more? So each person, you're gonna have a different follow-up protocol, but I just wanted to make sure you guys saw this. And I'm gonna check the links on we have a Facebook photo album in Team Plant Strong. It's under photos, under albums, and it's 2019 like new rep launch Facebook party. And there's two different links. One of the links is this updated version that they both have this, but one's going to have this exact verbiage. So I'll make sure that's there. But it's the one that has less at the top. It doesn't have all the pictures and whatnot. So I just want you guys to see that that is available for you and you guys can access those follow-up questions. So if you're you're inviting someone to an in-person event, what you're going to do is you're going to send text. That's kind of like what it's called. So what we're doing right now is we're using Evite to invite people to in-person events because we're finding people aren't all on Facebook. Not everyone's checking social media or the messages kind of get lost. So Evite is something we're using and it's an easy way to send out reminders. So what we do first is we reach out to see if they're free. So I might text my friend and say, hey, Susie, are you free next Friday night? And then I'll say, she'll be like, yeah, or no. And I'll say, oh, I'm having this Taste of the Shred event and I'm sending you an invite. I'd love for you to check your calendar and see if you could come, or I'd love for you to come. It's going to be amazing. And then you're going to send her the Evite or the paper invite or Facebook invite, whatever that is. And then you're going to check back in a day or two to see if she got it and see if she's able to come. So that's the follow-up. You know, you're texting her about it, you're sending the invite, you're following up in a day or two to see if she got it, if she's able to come. And then the day before, 1 or 2 days before the party, you're going to send another follow-up reminder to people who RSVP'd that they're coming. So just another, it's just good to think through that process because, if you have a process and you have a strategy, it's going to be more successful. Samples is another thing. So there is a follow-up protocol that I use. So if I'm sending someone samples, the day that I drop it off at the mailbox, I might take a picture of the package or, I'll just text them and say, hey girl, I dropped your samples off in the mail. They're going to get there on Friday. And then they know, and I'll say, I'll check back to make sure you get them. So I'm scheduling my follow-up, right? And telling them I'm going to check back. And then on Friday, I would text them again and I would say, hey, Susie, or Friday night or Saturday, I would send her a message, say, hey, Susie, just checking back. Did you get the samples I sent you? And then she would say yes or no. And then if she got them, then I would say, I would schedule the next follow-up. I'd be like, hey, when do you think you'll have a chance to try them? And then she's like, oh, we're going to try them this weekend. I'll say, great. I'll check back with you on Monday. I can't wait to hear what you guys think. So then I'm scheduled to call or text or whatnot on Monday. And Monday is when I get to ask about their experience, if they liked them, and I get to ask if they're wanting to try an order. So with samples, I always say, hey, would you like to try an order? And the word try, I think, is really comfortable for people because it doesn't feel like they're locked in for a long period of time. And so even though they are trying Juice Plus, if it's the capsules or the chews, they're trying it for 4 months, that really is the trial period. So I always just say, hey, do you want to try an order? I know your kids love the gummies. Are you ready to try an order? Do you have any other questions, or are you ready to get started? So that's how you can do the timing and the messaging and the follow-up for samples. So next I'm going to show you some verbiage, and we've gone through this before, but it's really good, and I know there's new people, and I want to make sure everyone knows about it. So I'm going to share my screen. This is for people that maybe, ghost you or they don't respond after a period of time. So scenario 1, can you guys see my screen? Okay. Scenario 1, if you ask if they would watch a video, you introduce the product in our business and get no response. What are you going to do? You're going to give them the benefit of the doubt. You're going to offer grace and understand that they have noise or busyness, things vying for their attention too. So what are you going to do? After you give them grace, you give them a little bit of time, you're going to follow back with them and say, hey, Amy, I know how crazy life with kids is. I wanted to make sure you saw my message. I've been thinking about you ever since having the conversation about Charlie's allergies, and I would love to share this with you. Can we connect Tuesday after baseball practice? Or, you can say something about, finding another time to connect. And if they still don't respond, you give them the benefit of the doubt. We just assume the best. You offer grace. Understand they're busy, they have noise, and now you're going to give them an out. Hey, Amy, sorry we didn't get to connect Tuesday. Please don't hesitate to tell me no on this if you don't think it's a good fit for your family. It's not going to hurt my feelings at all. This is all about you and your family. I'm just the messenger. In my experience, a very high percentage of the time, your prospect is going to respond if they know you're not caught up in the outcome. They don't feel the pressure's been taken off, right? So Amy might say something like, hey girl, don't give up on me. Life is crazy now. I haven't had a chance to look at the video you sent. So I just haven't responded. I want to know more, but just need some time. I trust you and see how healthy your kids are. Life has just been piling up. So you got her to respond by giving her an out. And that's really, really important. By like the third message, you want to give people that option. Scenario 2, you have conversations. You've had conversations with this person. They said they want to get started and they are no longer responding. Give them the benefit of the doubt, offer grace, understand that they're busy, and don't make your own story up. It's not about you. Usually it's 100% about them. It has nothing to do with you or them wanting to buy or not. So you're going to reach out again and you're going to say, hey, Sarah, I'm checking back with you. I'm really good at what I do. And part of that is being good at follow-up to make sure you know I haven't forgot about our conversation. So I'm going to continue to follow up with you until we can connect again. We're going to get your energy level back up. So obviously this person's told her that I want to get started. I want to get more energy. And so she's kind of bringing it full circle. If she doesn't respond to that, then you're going to still give her the benefit of the doubt, offer grace, understand, don't make up your own story. And you're going to reach out a third time and say, hey friend, you're totally ghosting me. And I'll tell you, I've used this so many times with people, and it'll be like the third or fourth message that they've ignored. And then I say this and they feel bad or something. They're like, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. I'm not trying to ghost you. And it's like their dog had, something happen, and then, like life just has spiraled out of control and they worked 17 days in a row or whatever. So just know it's not about us. So say, hey friend, you're totally ghosting me. It's absolutely cool if now isn't the time for you to get started with Juice Plus. Seriously, don't worry about telling me if it's not for you. However, I know you said I know how ready you said you were to make these changes with your family. So I'm just trying to be a good friend and follow up. Let me know what you're thinking. So that's a great way just to kind of get their attention, give them an out, and let them know, like, obviously you're their friend either way, because the goal is to not be attached to the outcome. And then, again, in my experience, they'll respond if they know you're not, pressuring them. So Sarah might say, you are a good friend and I suck. The month of June is super busy and just didn't have time to watch that dang video. And I didn't want to keep getting back to you saying, I haven't watched the video yet. So obviously she's feeling kind of bad about it. Coaching 2 sports now, teaching college full-time, and going to all my kids' activities. I just couldn't find the time. So I don't know if it would be a good team member for you after all. Can you just bear with me a few more days now that it's July and let me watch it? I know I suck and I didn't mean to ghost you. I just really thought I would get to it, but instead I kept falling asleep. Has anyone, heard that or been that person, right? I mean, there's people that I totally space and I don't get back to them for days. And it's not because I don't want to message them. It's just because I have a million other things to do. So just know these are available. And there's more here. I'm not going to go through all of them, but if you go to our Team Plant Strong Facebook page, and it's our Facebook group, and if you scroll down and you search this group for follow-up, you're going to get these slides. So right here, it's the first thing that comes up. You'll be able to click through and get that verbiage. So I want to make sure you guys had that. And then the last thing is very important is, just make sure I have the right screen up. If you have not subscribed to our business bootcamp emails, you can access them. Hold on, let's see here. I'll show you. You can access them on our team website, plantstronglife.org. You can see here under members only, and then personal growth, additional resources. Well, that's not where the email is. It's under homepage. I'll show you that in a second. But I'm going to show you this while it's here. So if you're wanting to be a professional at following up, one of the best tools is a book called Go Pro, and we have it on our website under personal growth, additional resources. The password is Go Plant Strong, all one word and lowercase. And if you scroll down here, you can see Eric Worre Go Pro. If you click on the book, you can actually listen to the audio book for free, which is awesome. So you can listen to it while you're folding laundry or doing the dishes or driving. It's an amazing resource. So I'm going to stop, and then I'm going to show you the last thing. On that same website, though, plantstronglife.org, the homepage, there's just a fill in the blank for sign up for our business bootcamp emails. And in that, you're going to get an email it's the 5th email, but it has tons of verbiage on how to trial close and how to close. And what I'm going to show you next is part of the email with some great closing questions that you guys can use as you're trying to help people get to the point of ordering. So, okay. Lots of tabs open over here. We'll finish in a second. Okay, can you see my screen? Questions? Okay. So these are questions that I have. They're in the email that you're going to get, but I think the number one reason people don't get orders and don't get teammates is they don't ask the questions. They're not asking for the sale. They're not asking people to join their team. They're afraid of failure. They're afraid of success. They let fear get in their way. And all you have to do is ask. The worst they can say is no. And honestly, sometimes it's a blessing when someone says no. We don't need every human on the planet to order Juice Plus or to be on our team. We need a few good people, and that's okay. So here are my best closing questions, and you guys can take a screenshot of this or wait till you get the email or write them down, but these are super helpful. So when you're talking to someone about the product or the business, just simply asking, are you ready to get started? I mean, it doesn't get more simple than that. You can ask, is now a good time to place your order? That's another great one. You can say, I'm placing a batch of orders today. Would you like me to do yours too? You know, it's just kind of expediting, helping someone to say yes now. You know, whenever, from the time you start giving them information to the time you get their order, you want it to be a short amount of time. The longer it draws out, you know, the more work you have to put in, and, you know, the less likely it is that they're going to order. So you want to help someone go from information to order within a couple, you know, really within 2 weeks if possible. Obviously, there's some situations that require waiting on a paycheck or something like that. Would you like to place your order on the website or over the phone? You know, you've been talking back and forth, and then you just say, hey, you know, how would you like to place your order? What else do you need to know in order to give Juice Plus a try? And you can say that about the business too. What else do you need to know in order to know if this business is a good fit for you, right? That's so great, because it's like trying to help them figure out if this is a good fit for them. Is there any more information I can provide you with to help you make a decision? That can be about the product or the business. And then, do you have any questions, or are you ready to get started? It's great, right? Simple and to the point. So make sure you have these. They're so helpful. It really will help you get to those yeses or the nos. And I might have shared last week, but one of the best pieces of advice my mentor, who was one of the top income earners in Juice Plus, told me when I first started was that, Michelle, the only difference between where you are, you know, a brand new person, and where I am at the top of the company is that I've heard more no's. And that really resonated with me, because I had gotten kind of caught up in no's and feeling rejection and, you know, wondering, you know, why people, you know, weren't just jumping on this product that I thought was amazing. And that really helped me. You know, I just learned, like, okay, I have to go for having conversations, whether I get a yes or a no. I still call it a win, because I've done my due diligence of sharing and getting the information out. And really, it's up to them to order or not. You know, we're just supposed to share the message. So I hope that was helpful for you guys. This will be recorded and posted on our team page tomorrow if you want to rewatch or send to a teammate. This information is super valuable, and I wish I would have known it sooner in my business, but that's why I'm packaging it up and getting it to you guys so that you guys can be more effective than I was. So hope you guys have an awesome night, and I'll see you next time. Bye.